Today I launched the Magic 3 Mil and I just recorded a bit of the live session. I thought I could just be cheeky and do that for our Patreon because I guess most people miss what I post about, and just sort of showed to my phone all the things that I'm making and the invitation, sort of renewing the invitation for the Magic 3 Make Along. So I hope you enjoy watching this sort of weird clip of secret podcasting. As we are going to make 3 items. Hi Robin! And the 3 items being a children's top, a children's bottom and a children's toy. So I've made some drawings to show what I want to maybe make for my kids. You will have to excuse because it's mirrored, but I will, I will just talk you through them. My eldest, I thought to make like a mini weekender, so it's sort of quite a boxy loose sweater, and I need to make sure I get something itch free. I might stash dive and hope I have, but I don't think I have anything itch free. Last year I managed to stash dive for the Volo sweater, and that was Madeline Tosh completely, hi there, completely itch free and a lovely sweater. But yeah, at the moment for the weekender, so that is potentially later on. And I promised to make him socks. I gave him my vanilla socks already, but they now fit me. He basically wore them loose and now they fit me. So I'm gonna knit him a pair of Viola Emily. So that's Emily's favorite socks, and they have a contrasting areas, and there's a pretty simple, lovely design. So I'm very excited to make that for my boy. And as he's gonna be a teenager in autumn, I thought I'll make him a diary, but I will sort of bookbind it myself. As he is, too old for a toy, he will actually have a book. And the book will have sort of memories and things that I've made, written to him or drawn for him, or photographs. I will add them in as sort of odd pages, and then he will have this sort of book with mainly empty pages for him to write in and fill, but like a little family book for him to maybe carry him through the days, have little surprises in there, funny pictures or memories. So this is the set for my boy. So a mini weekender, sort of family book, diary, handmade book, and a pair of socks. Then my middle son, I am hoping to make, and I went blank the last time I broadcasted live, the flax sweater. I want to make the flax sweater for him, and last year he asked for a black sweater, and I made him the really dark Volo sweater. I don't know if you remember, we had the little Volo Cal, which is a Tête Bêche design by Orlan, and that ended up being a bit too tight for him, so he generously said have it to his younger sister, so she's got the Volo. He's meant to have the black flax sweater. Again, I'm gonna have to get super soft yarn, dark, super black. I hope. I want black for him because he asked for a black sweater, and he wanted red ribbing, so I think I'm gonna do red ribbings. Hi Frida. And I'm gonna sew him a pair of shorts. I've got this sort of Japanese sewing book, but I need super support with that. And I'm mega excited because in this lot you will see I'm gonna talk about all the people that I will I have support with, because the sewing support, and Cinthia, she actually did make shorts similar to the shape that I'm imagining last year, and she is going to be our sewing queen. She's going to help us, support us with all our garment sewing tips and tricks. And the other help we'll have is by Fran of Warm Hearted. She's going to help us with toy making. She's a teddy bear maker, and she donated one of her amazing teddies last year as a prize, which honestly, that was so generous. And Kate, Sunny Cosmos, she was the overall, she won the draw, she won the whole prize. So basically all the FOs are going to be flat lays, like these 3 items, put them on the ground, take a picture, put them on the table, stand on a chair, take a picture. And those flat lays were entered into the FO, finished object thread on Ravelry. And I drew a prize from that. I just went to random.org, like you do, and the number that won was Sunny Cosmos, and Kate had been really engaged in the make along, so I think we were all pleased she'd won this massive bundle of prizes. One of them was the teddies from Fran, and Warm Hearted, she makes the most beautiful things. She's going to support us with toy making, with ideas, with just inspirations, but also, I guess, if we have questions, and that's what I feel like with Cinthia, if I have questions to like patterned sewing designs, I'm sure I will be able to ask her for help, and I'm gonna need that support because I'm a bit scared of cutting and sewing. And so the blanket, I was thinking maybe I should give it as part of this 3 items, 3 magic items. The blanket I'm knitting is the Vivid blanket, and I don't know if you saw on my friend's blog who does plant dyed projects, Waldweg, Kathrin's blog already introduced my project. I haven't even started knitting it or dyeing for it, but I'm going to use plant dyed yarns, and I'm going to knit this blanket inspired by Fran. So that was me leading over the toy making, trying to bridge. Fran has already started knitting the Vivid blanket, and she uses plant dyed parts of wool from when she used to live in the mountains, so it's very specific yarns she's using. And we're gonna try and have this exchange. We're gonna send each other yarn that we're using in our knit projects, in our plant dye projects, and we're gonna sort of add it to each other's dye pods basically, and in that way have squares that are sort of friend collaboration, friend dyed squares. I really love the idea of making a big knitted blanket. I also will make a big family kilt from recycled fabrics, cut-offs. I'm using loads of old jeans that have the knees worn out. I'm going to try and cut it all up, and I guess the jeans side I'm going to just sew on the sewing machine. I'm sorry, Erica, I called Lisa if hand quilting is the thing, but I reckon I need to speed up my process. So the family kilt's going to be old worn out jeans by us on one side, and the other side is going to be all these sort of cotton fabrics, old bed sheets and things all stitched, and then I'm going to hand quilt it all together. Even if I don't finish that in this period, I'm going to just start the process because we've got Lisa helping us with all our quilting, I think that's how you say it, sorry. Hey Louise, quilting ideas and maybe support. She has some amazing tricks up her sleeve, and I've already learned a lot watching her little sort of live broadcasts here. Okay, so I was saying this is what I'm gonna make for my boy. Here, I've just forgotten, I'm going to show the yarn. I've forgotten the knitted project in this. I've forgotten because I'm going to knit the, I'm going to knit in Tulliver yarn. So this will be the anchors in Tulliver yarns. I was meant to knit that. I wanted to knit that last year and I didn't get to do it. And the other thing I want to sew, so I guess I should put that away. I had a sort of blip. I have this pattern lined up to sew a little girl's dress, which is an online sewing pattern. I need to work out how to stick together the A4 sheets to then be able to have the pattern and cut it. So that's a help I will really need from Cinthia as well. This sort of PDF file, like I have them, but I literally don't know how to, like for me it's so confusing. So I'm gonna be asking and maybe sharing about how to do that, because I have this pattern. I want to sew this dress. I can't remember the name. You will see in the real podcast I will be talking about the real name. So this will be using an old tablecloth, purple, sort of got like floral embroidery, I think machine embroidered floral things, but I wanted to reuse, reduce, recycle, so why not use that? And my mother-in-law had dyed it purple once in the past, so it looks quite cute already, and it has stains on that you wouldn't want to use as a tablecloth anymore. Tiny holes. And I thought if I cut it, even just for the frilly bits at the bottom, then this will be a really nice recycling project. And for her, I made the little cotton mask that you saw post today. It was one of my Magic 3 Mal finished objects from last year. She's called Mimi the Mouse. And I gave, in September, my daughter got that as part of her first day of school. Schultüte, it's a German thing. Oh yeah, Frida, let's meet. That would be so good, because I really need that sort of push and shove and to get me going. I always procrastinate. I have 3,588 ideas, and yeah, watch later. I will just be going on about this anyway, and I will say knitting animal patterns. I knitted the Otso. That's a really fun free pattern from Loop, and this is a little sort of insert for Vibeke, who has to dash because of her internet, but she can re-watch this later. So the Otso is a free pattern on Loop Knit Lounge. Loop London loves Knit Lounge, sort of, yeah, I can add the links. And this is a little cotton rabbit pattern. I have the pattern, yeah. So I think that's quite, you know, it shows I'm committed to 9 and more projects. And you know, you make a top, you make a piece of leg wear, bottoms, so something that covers the legs. I know if you make a dress you've already covered that, then maybe add in a bonnet or something, like a little accessory. Honestly, we're not strict in any way by any means. Last year we've had higgledy-piggledy combinations of things, and that's completely, utterly fine, because it's all about just knitting, making, sewing together. And I think the toy making, that's where I was mainly excited to inspire people. I will make a prize again this year. I will make a gnome again, like last year. I will also, the main winner will get a custom-made bunting. Look, I make these handmade buntings, and then you can ask me what letters you want on. You know, I will decide all the fabrics. I will just go look at your feed and decide what fabrics you should have. But you can choose a kid's name. And then once the winner is, that's going to be my contribution to the prize. Once we know the winner, they can have, I will custom make them a bunting for, I love them. We had them up at the kids' birthday party and I got so many sort of fun memories connected to the bunting for kids' parties. What else? I've mentioned the help that I have from Lisa, Fran and Cinthia. I also want to introduce like a fun sideline, so there will be extra prizes. So there will be a little set of 3 prizes for the top, which will be drawn, and last year I had fun jurors helping. That was so helpful for me last year that I didn't have to judge it, but I had these jurors come in and help me choose a top of the best, or the juror's choice top, the juror's choice bottoms, the juror's choice toy. Back panel. So it's going to be matching in so many ways because I'm using the, well, actually hers is a bit darker. Penguono, back panel, and yeah, so that could be a thing, the matchy thing. It's just an idea. I would draw a prize for the funnest matchy, and I'm knitting myself a penguono to go with my daughters. Oh god, this was one of my most favorite projects because it's so much fun, and it was fun calculating it to fit her. Look how many fun areas of colour, how much colour fun I had here. We call it the wraparound rainbow. I especially like this green bit, which I knitted, I think, over the course of the first few knit nights that I went to Advoy, and Stephanie was knitting all this sort of stripy part of the penguono. Yeah, so that is something I'm doing, and last but very much not least, actually it's one of the first things from that I should have talked about as part of the Magic 3 Mile. It's the things I need to finish of last year. This says finish from 2017. Whoa! Look! So I want our Penguin to get the tuxedo. So it's actually 3 items that I still want to finish. The Penguin tuxedo, the wooden hooks that was part of my boy's. He got the Humboldt and a pair of socks, and I carved. So it's mainly, I'm showing you this so that you know you can use any craft for the toy bit. I mean, you could also, I've never heard of a wooden t-shirt. I mean, the toy bit is really open. Thank you, Sean. Yeah, I love that. I wish she'd wear it every day because people go, what's that? And I go, it's a mini penguin and I knitted it. You made it, oh my god. So the wooden hooks, that's another thing that I was making for my son. And look, this looks a bit like the penguin. I only really have these 2 bits finished. So they need sanding and putting on the board, and I need to find the 3rd bit because the 3rd bit that I've worked on didn't work out. It's never gonna be able to be put. These are, you know, these you can put on a board. They've got their flat backs, and it's to put back on this high bed. Then he can hook toys and things on those hooks. These will be mounted on a piece of board, such as this. And I've just asked him, it's called a plesiosaurus, so I've still got to sew this plesiosaurus. I've started this last year. So these are the 3 items that I still need to finish from last year. And I'm making this. It's called plesiosaurus, is a water dinosaur, and this is a Butterick pattern, prehistoric pets, which has this great big side note. By prehistoric people, designed by prehistoric people. I love this. I absolutely love it. And this is how far I got. I actually cut the thing. I cut everything. I've cut the whole plesiosaurus. I think it's called, God, I'm gonna try and write it here. I cut the whole thing. I cut the thing and I never sew it I never, because I'm such a goof. I'm so scared of putting the sewing machine onto this. It's basically gonna be blue like the shorts that I made in this set and showed last time, and then the underside, the underbelly of the dinosaur will be this amazingly red. So this needs sewing to be finished. So I'm basically gonna finish these things, this, and I'm gonna knit the penguin tuxedo in this sort of early stage, because then I can put flat lays out with the 3 finished items, and you can see. Yeah, maybe I should hand sew it. That's a good advice, because I'm so afraid if I go fast on that, it'll be so much unpicking. It's quite small, I think, the area. Coming to my Ravelry page, so I think that's a good place to go and get inspired and have ideas and write to one another now. I'm gonna write it, look, oh god. Come to the yarnchix podcast Ravelry group, and that's basically a place where you will be able to find out about all the different things that have happened in the past and that will happen, and that's where you will, when you finalize, when you finished, there is gonna be a new FO thread, and you will just add your finished objects, like pictures of the 3 things together, to that Ravelry thread for all of us to see. So that's it. Magic 3 Make Along is launched, and we have 5 months. Come on, 5 months, that's plenty of time to make 1 top, some bottoms, and a toy. Maybe you feel like joining. Oh, I'd love that. And I've got amazing help by Fran, and amazing help by Cinthia, and amazing help by Lisa. So quilting, Lisa, garment sewing, which I will need a lot of support with, which will be Cynthia's sort of specific area of support, and then toy making, which will be Fran's specific area of support, and she makes the most amazing little teddies. Last year she made a teddy that I loved. I've actually bought the pattern. Maybe I'll make one. You know, I've got 3,588 ideas. Maybe now I've got 3,589 ideas. See you soon! Penguono by Stephen West is a pattern, oversized adults top, and I made an oversized child's version, so I deducted about 5 centimeters in each direction and just did it instinctively. That was fun. It's also fun to wear this because it fits me like a mini bolero, but I got so scared because this bit has got Angora in it, and it's so stretched now because I wore it. I've broken it. I don't want to carry on breaking it. I want her to wear it. Maybe she'll wear it when she's a teenager.